Okay.
So when I read this, I have two aspects. One is what Aparna Ben said, that if we are in two different boards and we are competing for the some money from a company or a donor, I I'm also thinking the other scenario where I am a board member here on KKEF, and I'm also a board member in India on a smaller organization, and I'm using KKEF to send that money or influence KKEF to send that money to that particular smaller organization because I'm now on that board and I'm influencing KKEF to help that organization. To me, that is a bigger conflict of interest because now I'm influencing KKEF's decision to donate the money to a different organization where I may have an influence.
Yeah. So
That's the previous point, yeah.
exactly. So these are all scenarios that we should probably talk about. and
Yeah,
have
but then
check-
in that scenario, means if we are putting that a board member cannot be a board member of another, kind of a non-profit or a company, that is also problematic, right? Means I may want to be part of, other non-profit, like, you gave a example of Bill Gates. Bill Gates is a board member of, 100 different, organization and non-profit organization because of the cause. So we may want to keep it in a such a way that it talks about the intention of the individual and influence of that individual. If that influence of that individual is such that is impacting the decision of KKEF, yes, at that point the conflict of interest will come into the picture. But yeah, I don't know.
Well,
think
so
that
that's
do
it.
we-
We can write what you just
What-
said. If
But-
a board
but-
or an EC member is a member of another non-profit board, the rest of the members need to,
Yeah, so it's like I work in FINRA. In FINRA, we have to do a disclosure. Every year, we need to file a disclosure agreement, meaning I need to disclose which, which financial institution that I'm part with. So maybe we can just put that as a clause that every board member and EC member needs to disclose if they are part of any other nonprofit organization board. So now that basically gives the transparency to KKEF while they are making a decision. And
Yep.
at the time of the decision making, even though as a complete board decided that even X person is on that board, and if we are competing or if we are donating, it is okay if it is unanimously or whatever is our method. If it is agreed upon, then it is fine. But I think we can just bring the transparency ahead of the time. That is my take.
I mean, I can go one further on Chirag Bhai's point, transparency as well as excuse from the voting. Like say, okay,
Yep.
if he is in the small organization and donation is happening, then he doesn't
Yep.
vote, but other 5 members
Correct.
votes and say, okay.
He or she cannot participate in that voting, for
something
that
like that.
particular, event.
okay, all right. I will just remove these 2 or 3 bullet points and add what you just said.
Yeah. I mean, that way, like, because I have a conflict in the last line too, like the non-profit with the other company. So, like, I do participate in other 3 non-profit right now, in a board or EC or something like that.
No,
And
પણ
like,
આપણે બધું આ બધા બુલેટ પોઈન્ટ્સ જે આપણે ડિસ્કસ કરીએ છીએ હમણાં એ એક સેન્ટેન્સ થી બધું કવર થઈ જશે.
okay, that's fine.
We disclose every at the beginning of every year, and 2, if we are in that place, then we abstain from voting.
Perfect. That way, it's covered.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I
Anything
had
else?
from this conflict from interest from my perspective. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
એક સેકન્ડ હું આ લખી લઉં.
So while Aparna is writing, so
Yeah,
Ankit, will
I
we be
have some
using
of
this?
them. Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, are we going to use the recording as our record for our records? Okay.
Yeah,
No, we need to come up.
we will recording મળશે ને તો we can run the meeting notes through AI. અને
Yep.
પછી we can do cleanup.
I mean, we have to have a good written meeting notes. I mean, this is not fine. I mean, we are not yet, but yeah, every meeting we need to have a good notes. I mean, we can use recording or the AI, that's fine. But at the end of the day, we need to write something.
Right.
Yeah, so I went through this, and some of the tools that I've used to read this conflict of interest. One of the suggestion was the exact same thing that we discussed. It suggested that we should add a recusal procedure in our in conflict of interest. Specify that conflicted individual must leave the meeting during the discussion and voting on the matter to avoid any perception of influence. So that was, that was a suggestion, and I think we all agreed that we are going to make that change.
So if you can just send me that sentence in
Yeah,
email, I can
I can send you
incorporate.
that blurb. Also, it mentioned that in case of, how did you identify the conflict of interest? Let's say, out of all, right? Some of you find out from XYZ that Chirag has a conflict of interest, right, with this particular thing. So you as a EC member, either you need to provide that evidence, add that meetings must record the conflict disclosure and absence during the voting, and then the final vote outcome should not include the the conflict of interest portion that we already discussed. But somebody needs to provide that evidence that uh, due to XYZ, I'm basically saying that this person should not participate and that person has a conflict of interest. It is not just like assumption that this person cannot participate in the voting because of the conflict of interest. They needs to provide an evidence.
So
Yeah.
you are leaving it on somebody else to decide that?
No. So what this particular one suggested that, uncle, if I had a conflict of interest, but let's say I did not say anything, right? But you found out through something, or you heard from somebody that Chirag has a conflict of interest, but he's still influencing KKEF in the process. What you just need to do is you need to just present some kind of an evidence to other EC member that, hey, I want to brought to your attention that Chirag might have a conflict of interest, and that's why I'm suggesting that Chirag should not be part of this vote. And then you need to just provide that documentation to other EC members if they agreed. At that point, EC member basically just send the communication that Chirag, we are basically not including you into the voting because you may have a conflict of interest.
Okay,
Because in certain scenario, let's say if you do that and without an evidence, I may disagree with you, saying no, I don't have a conflict of interest. I want to be part of it, right? Somebody can go rogue. So it just suggested that everybody should just make sure that you have some evidence. That way you are covered. Again,
okay,
it's not going to happen in our situation, but I'm just
yeah,
reading whatever is AI is suggesting me as a best practice that other people have done it.
okay. All right,
I'll send the
Barabar.
blurb to maybe Aparna Ji, and then she can
That's fine.
modify this
Yeah, I mean,
verbiage.
but that's a good language because that will cover Aparna Ben's concern also on those bullet
Correct.
point 4 and 5. It's
Yeah,
really nicely. Yeah.
Correct. And on that, it basically also add enforcement and consequences. So clarify the violation may lead to disciplinary action or up to and including removal you from the board, depending on what board decided, right? So if somebody keep doing that, board needs to decide that, do you want to take enforcement action or consequences of having conflict of interest, and then make a decision.
Okay. All right. Anything
And
else on
another
conflict?
suggestion AI gave is, we are using in many places company as a word. For KKEF, we should use organization or whatever. Means if we are saying this is an
Foundation.
organization, yeah.
Yeah,
we
okay.
should use that instead of a company. This is not a profit, so companies normally used for a profit organization versus non-profit. We should use organization as a word.
Can you use this foundation or
Foundation.
foundation?
Yeah, foundation is
Foundation.
fine.
Okay. All right. Okay. Anything else on conflict?
I'm still reading. Give me 1 minute.
Okay, okay.
Meanwhile, others can chime in.
કિશોરભાઈ કઈ બોલું છે?
મને ખાલી જનરલ આમાં કોન્ફ્લિક્ટ ઓફ ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ નહીં પણ જનરલી લોજિકલી શું થવાનું છે એના ઉપર ડિસ્કસ કરવું છે.
Okay, આપણે
પછી એમાં કોન્ફ્લિક્ટ ઓફ ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ કદાચ આવે.
Okay. So you want to bring it now or you want to bring it wait?
ને એટલે તમારો આ મેઇન પતી જાય પછી આપણે
Yeah, આપણે ત્રણ વસ્તુ કરવાની છે મેજર આ કોન્ફ્લિક્ટ ઓફ ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ, પછી બાયલોઝ અને પછી આપણું 1023 ઇઝીમાં જવું કે ઓલામાં જવું એ વાત કરવાની છે. You can bring up that thing anytime. Yeah. Okay, well let Chirag come up with anything, otherwise we'll go to the next.
Yeah, I don't see it. Means I have some other things which are minor. I can send it over to Aparnaben, and then if needed, I can give her a call, and then me and her we can go through the some language.
Now અપર્ણાબેનનો પહેલો પોઈન્ટ કે તમે આ કોન્ફ્લિક્ટ ઓફ ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ આપણે જે રીતે નક્કી કર્યું પ્રમાણે કરશું, પછી you said there will be some redundancy between the clause we already have and there will be something here which will be
So
common.
no, what I was trying to say is we have already put some clauses in the bylaws. Okay, the wife cannot be on the board when the husband is on the board. Right, all the financial rules that we have written, right? એ
So-
થોડું ઘણું છે. So
Yeah, so I had a question on that, Aparna ji, when you say, wife cannot be on the board. So as an example, like husband, wife, right? If I'm no more, I've given all of the rights to my wife, for my property, for my, other finances, other things to take care. And if we both are in the same, path, why, at certain point in the life, why we both cannot be on the same board?
okay, Rajani bhai, that is, I
Ah.
think that question goes to you guys.
Like from my perspective, like wherever I have seen it, both spouses is considered only one member or one. It's
Yeah.
not two separate members. It's
is.
it's
I agree.
considered one.
Because the
And-
influence on the board's decisions doubles.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, and like I have seen it, like board and EC. When EC is just a executive stuff, but they don't allow BC, like husband wife being the two separate
So
families.
we can change the language in a way. A wife can be the board member, but only one family member will have a voting capacity.
So,
Yeah,
but
but
why would we want to do that? And
Okay.
then we reduce one vote, which is important.
Board is just for the voting. The main thing is
Okay.
when
Then
decision.
that's fine.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
let's say wife is the director, then husband can be in any of the committee, right?
Yes,
Okay.
ખાલી director નહીં થાય.
yes.
Okay.
We are already
Husband
an
can
EC
be,
nahi,
can be in any other committee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's fine.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this is only for directors. Okay, then let's move on to the next one.
Okay, so I have a
Bylaws આવી.
bylaws માં છે ને mission છે ને 2.01 mission the second paragraph
એક મિનિટ હું ખોલું છું.
થોડું મોટું કરજો ને.
મોટું sorry.
થોડું આજે આ નીચે છે ને 100% જગ્યા 150% કરજો ઝૂમ માં.
ક્યાં છે આમાં?
નીચે right side પર screen, bottom of the screen. પેલું scale છે, હા, એને right, there you go.
150 only, yeah. બસ.
Is enough?
That's more than enough for that.
Okay.
Second paragraph, like when like okay, let's just go one by one. Article 1, anybody have a comment? Let's just go that way. That
Yeah,
way we
okay,
can
let me
go
see. Okay,
sequentially.
let me get it out. One second.
So, Ajay,
So what-
Article 1 and amount, do we need to have a physical address? Can we just keep it generic that whomever that committee member is, right? I mean, that do we need to
Yeah,
hard
I
code
had the
that
Yes.
same,
physical
I had
address?
the same
Yes,
comment.
because
There
we
is a-
need that on the IRS forms.
Yeah, we
Okay.
need that filing initial address. That's
Yes,
not that's
physical
not
address.
physical
So
address
what-
required.
Yeah.
It
Again,
does
I
not
don't
have to
know.
be. Like once we go move on, this is just a first initial filing. And then after that, whatever you register, that's become address. So that's not
Okay.
an issue. Yeah.
Okay, so Article 1 is fine.
Okay.
Okay, Article 2.
Article 2. Okay. So I have a question on the second bullet, second paragraph. Are we restricting our, I mean, I understand educations, Kun Kun Kahan and all, but why we restricting on community in India only? Can we have like little language here that covers educations of education related to Kun Kun Kahan and Kani Swami also here,
You are on this paragraph here
the second paragraph,
of
This-
2.01.
Ha.
the space, yeah, that one, yes.
Okay. Say here.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah, and keep in mind if we change here, it's carried over multiple places, right? Because even I see 2.02, number 1 also refers to India. So I think we just need to, look for Control F and wherever India is referred.
But
I mean, we
the
can
more
highlight
important,
highlight India, that's fine. That's our primary goal. But I don't want to get like, like in tomorrow, like we have here when we do the professorship somewhere, like Jainism professorship that we want to do ourselves, like that's aligns with the Kun Kun Kahan education.
Yeah, I completely agree. And because, if you think about this foundation for next generation, right? This is, we are building not only for just next, 5 years, 10 years. I'm thinking of next 50 years, my kids and their kids, at certain point it will be global, right? So, something that they want to help not only in India, but outside, anywhere.
since
And-
we are starting this right now and the need is pretty much in India, why don't we leave this as it is? Once we've established it with all the processes, then we can come back as board NEC and make the update.
But
Okay,
then doesn't it
one question. By putting in
restrict
India,
me?
by
Yeah.
putting India, are we having any problem with
Restricting.
the 501c? The
Yep.
501c C is very restricted thing.
Correct.
But આપણે
Because it,
ઓલરેડી લખી દીધું છે ને રજનીભાઈ જ્યારે આપણે ફોર્મ ભર્યું ત્યારે
So
તો હજી આપણે એસ્ટાબ્લિશ કર્યું નથી તો હમણાંથી શું કામ અપડેટ કરવું છે?
no, but Aparna, my question is, so if we have written down, that means if, because all of these transaction at certain point needs to be verified and, kind of audited by IRS. If now, let's say we have $10,000 in KKEF Foundation, bank account, and if there is a need that comes, even $100 that we want to donate here in United States to somebody, for something. Now, if we do that transaction, is that going to flag? Because that's not part of our, mission. That's not part of what our foundation is.
So, based on what I understand about nonprofits, and I'm sure you guys all do, is I don't think the IRS is going to challenge us on that, right? Unless we see, repeat offenses. Offenses is the
Harak
word
નથી
I
આવો,
would
Harak.
use.
Let me call Harak નથી આવો.
Yeah, I'm
Hey,
here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
What do
mean,
you
it's
think?
up to you. From IRS point of view, I don't believe there will be any problem.
I agree. Yeah.
But from your point of view, I don't know. Whatever you people decide is fine with the IRS.
I mean, we can definitely amend next year or day, like, after that, it's not an issue, yeah, but.
Yeah. કેમ કે આપણો ગોલ હમણાં છે કે આ 28 સ્કૂલ ઇન્ડિયામાં છે એ લોકોને આપણે ફંડ કરીએ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝ કરીએ તો this will keep us streamlined. I think once we establish everything, then we can come back and say, let's amend it now. We are ready to expand it to other countries.
Yeah,
I'm okay.
Maru comment India માટે નહીં, but I was thinking, why only education limited, right? Because there is a big need. It could be a need for, the scholars who are teaching, who needs job, or probably they need financial support. Not only the students, right? Or the organization who is running those non the education organizations, but the teachers, or in any aspect this is needed. So do we want to limit this only for the education purpose or the student, or should we keep it this as an example, but it could be used for any of those kind of
But
activities?
that is so that we have made it broad when we are saying providing financial, technical, logistical support, enabling access to quality education.
Okay, so we can pay to the scholar.
Yeah, whomever,
Okay.
right? We are
Okay.
providing access to quality education. So I think it is pretty loose like that,
Okay.
that we
Uh,
should be okay.
અર્પણાબેન, I don't think so. Individually કે આપણે કંઈ કરી શકીએ. આ તો ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન હશે જેમના આગળ FCRA હશે એમને જ આપણે પૈસા મોકલાવી શકીશું.
Right, correct.
કોઈ ઇન્ડિવિજ્યુઅલ પર્સન ઉપર કે કોઈને પૈસા નહીં મોકલાવી શકે. અને અહીંયા પણ કોઈ સ્કોલર આવશે તો એ સ્કોલરને આપણે કંઈ કેશ પૈસા નહીં આપી શકીએ.
પણ એટલે પણ આ ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન જે FCRA માં છે ત્યાં જશે પછી એ લોકો એ પૈસાનું શું
યા
કરે?
એ લોકો
એમાં
પછી
નથી
કંઈ
જવાના.
પણ એ લોકો પછી કંઈ પણ કરી શકે. ઇન્ડિયા એ લોકોના પ્રોબ્લેમ છે.
Right, right.
પણ
Okay.
આપણે KKEF મોના પર્સનલી કોઈને પણ આપી નહીં શકે વિથઆઉટ અનલેસ they have the FCRA.
Okay, Kishore, let's just think more
Kishore,
about
but-
that. If you want to bring some people from India, for lecturing here, so any pasu FCRA na hoy, so we are stuck with that, right? We cannot pay.
No, અહીંયા કોઈને આપણે પૈસા આપીએ કોઈ સ્પીકરને, that will be considered as our expense, not a donation from us.
Okay.
So
How
that will
are we
become-
doing it today?
We are not doing it today.
Mona doesn't bring anybody here.
Okay. Are we looking to do that in the future?
Well, possibly can.
But if you do it, it will be considered as an expense of KKEF.
That's exactly correct. It's not, yeah.
Because we are allowed certain administrative expenses and some other related expenses.
Yeah.
Kishore bhai, what about that?
એટલે પોસિબલ તો હશે કારણ કે બધી સંસ્થાઓ ત્યાંથી સ્કોલર બોલાવે છે એમની ટિકિટોના પૈસા આપે છે હોટલમાં રહેવાના પૈસા આપે છે એટલે એ બધા એક્સપેન્સ
Not only that, Kishore bhai, fees પણ આપે છે. Like, we provide as a Jain Center, we also provides the transportation, all the cost plus the fees also, like,
I don't think we pay them as a fee. It's like a kind of a gift. એવું કંઈક આપણે કહીએ કે આપણે
Honorarium.
honor એટલે
honorarium,
કહીએ
yeah,
એ type નું.
but yeah, honorarium કેવું તો honorarium, yeah, word તો તમે જે વાપરો એમ, but yeah,
Yeah,
like
word,
silly, yeah.
word.
Even Jaina also pays like all the scholars that, when the instructional scholar આવે, so per lecture they have some honorarium, they
Yeah.
give.
Yeah. એ થાય છે, right.
And that can be considered expense in our organization if you want to do it, yeah.
But I was referring to the not only the scholar limited to who are coming
I
here,
understand, like,
but
after
any scholar, even the scholar in India, right? If we want to pay to them, I was thinking if we can have a like open clause, then we can do that.
I know, I understand, like, પેલો આપણે એક સ્કોલર હતા, શું નામ હતું એ પેલા ચિંતન કે એના આપતા હતા. Personally, some people are paying it, but we
Yeah.
should avoid that. Otherwise, that's a one person is not organization paying somebody as some donation like that. Then it becomes like a lot more personal stuff. I understand it's a good cause, but still, like, one person, how you gonna get that person? Who knows that person?
Okay, we
Okay.
are based on
Yeah, I
that
think
aspect of-
we should have અત્યારે જ અમારા કેસમાં આવેલું કે એક બ્રહ્મચારી બેન છે એકદમ સિરિયસલી બીમાર પડી ગયા અને લગભગ 20 લાખનો ખર્ચો હતો. તો એને માટે કઈ KKEF મોના I don't think એવી રીતે પછી બધા જ ઘણા જ એવા કેસીસ આવશે. તો I think આખું KKEF નું બધું સાઈડ ટ્રેકમાં રહી જશે. જે ગોલ હશે ને એ.
Okay.
એ વાત સાચી છે.
હમણાં ગઈકાલે જ મેં પૈસા મોકલાવ્યા તે તો KKEF માં હું જો બોર્ડ ઉપર હોઉં ને હું જો મોકલાવી દઉં તો એ I think પછી બધા જ એવી રીતે કરતા જ હશે.
Hmm. So let's start now. India રાખવું છે કે નથી રાખવું?
I mean, if everybody have agreement that future we're gonna amend it and broaden the scope, then I mean it's okay from my perspective. That's
I
my
agree.
Yeah.
So Aparna, we are in a favor of keeping the India word there.
Yes.
Ankit?
Yeah.
એટલે ખાલી એડ કરી શકાય in India or anywhere else in the world. એ રીતે એડ કરી શકાય. ઇન્ડિયા મૂકીને એ સાથે એક.
તો પછી country જ લખવાની જરૂર નથી કિશોરભાઈ.
No, but emphasis આવે ને country લખો તો like our main primary goal is India,
India. So we should leave it as is right now. Unless we think that in the next 6 months we might have a pressing need to give money elsewhere.
Yeah, makes sense. કારણ કે અહીંયા તો કોઈ બી આવશે ને તો as we discussed, right, we can pay as an expense, right?
Right.
I mean, we can figure out the way to take care of them, right? I think India is the bigger challenge that how do we, send money?
Yeah.
Okay, then don't keep India then. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Or you can add primarily in India. That way, બીજી કઈ જરૂર પડે તો at least we can escape.
Okay.
Yeah, that,
Everybody agrees. I will put that in.
Yeah,
Primarily.
primarily is good, yeah.
Yeah, that gives us some escape clause just in case.
Okay.
All right. Chalo. Tomorrow, Pragnesh, anything else? The next.
Nah, no, that was the only one. Okay.
Bijay are okay? Then
Are
I got some.
sorry, are we making updates at the same time? I think we
Yes.
should.
I'm
Right.
doing it right now.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because
Okay.
તો રજની અંકલ તમે શેર કરો છો?
ના
Okay.
ના હું કરું છું.
I-
હું મારા ડોક્યુમેન્ટમાં કરું છું.
Oh,
separate.
okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I've got a comment on Article 4. Article 4.
ના આપણે કેવું રણજીભાઈ સિક્વન્સમાં જઈએ.
Sure. But I thought I was waiting for you. I
No,
thought
okay.
you're done.
I thought અરે like go 2.02 જે goal હતું એમાં 1 માં same વસ્તુ ઇન્ડિયાની જગ્યાએ primarily India કરીએ, that's like it's the same language, yeah. That was only comment I had on
Okay.
the 2.02. Okay.
2.03.
2.03 માં I had the other private person. So no part of net earnings shall be distributed to benefit of members, directors, officer is fine, but then all other private persons.
એટલે I just put that there to cover anybody.
No, but what about expenses?
Earnings
ત્યાં
કે છે,
scholar નું-
part of the net earnings કે છે. It's not talking about expenses. To the benefit of its members. Expenses benefit તો નથી ને.
Mhm.
Expense receipt આવશે ને expense આપશું આપણે.
બરોબર. No, but then the word no part of the net earning shall be.
આપણે કઈ ટાઈપની
કંપનીનું net earning છે, આપણે ઓર્ગેનાઇઝેશન net earning છે કે the person નું છે?
Organization નું earning.
So should we use the word donation instead of earning?
So earning is
Okay.
what? Expenses, donation minus expenses is the earning?
Yeah. What we have left over.
Okay.
So I can say net donations. So net માં આવી ગયું કે ખર્ચા નીકળી ગયા.
Yeah, I think donors earning is
Yeah, earning is more like company.
Okay, right. Thank you. Done.
So we are
એટલે
using what?
ઘણી વખત એમ થતું હશે કદાચ ડોનેશન આવી ગયું 10,000 નું ને પણ આપણે યુઝ ન કર્યું 12 મહિના સુધી ને એનું ઇન્ટરેસ્ટ હતો એ અર્નિંગ જ થયું ને.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will say no part of the net donations or earnings.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Fine, good.
Okay. Done.
But are we allowed to invest the money if the money is sitting for a certain
Yes.
period?
I mean, you know, all the big fund or big non-profits, એ લોકોના પૈસા invested જ હોય છે.
I mean,
Right.
we have a good language. She have put a good language like where to invest. Like
Yeah.
એ
restriction
છે
to-
આમાં
Yeah.
નીચે
restriction to-
આવશે.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Okay. આગળ જાઓ.
Now,
Go further.
I have a lot of comment on 3.101 membership, you know. So like
Okay.
membership હું તમને ખાલી કહું કે like the best thing that I have seen so far, like you know, our Jain center માં છે. તો membership માં કેવું છે કે tier છે. So there are 3 tiers, like a simple membership fees, token 251 make you a member, okay, member at a large. And then after a certain amount, you have 1 tier called pattern, and after 1 tier, you have trustee. So the trustee is a coordinating committee, if you want to tell something like that. So to be part of a board of member, you has to be a certain donation. I'm just trying to tell you, like, you know, and then to vote for board, you need to have the certain amount. And for voting for EC, any small amount of donation. We don't have to have a 3 tier, but I'm thinking you need to have at least 1 or 2 tier or a cumulative donation number to become a member. Not like right now, the language is very constraining, saying it 20, like first, initial membership, you know, first 20. And like we have to say, hey, if you donated $1,000 or I'm just giving a number, 500, 251, then you become a member at a large of KKEF. And that membership is a lifetime membership. And then you have a voting rights. And then to restrict something, like we can put a language saying minimum amount donated and only transferable to surviving spouse. Is not transferred to the kids or the other member. Like say me and my wife, if I am donating something, then only up to my wife. It doesn't go to my kids.
So-
That particular, yeah.
તો પ્રજ્ઞેશભાઈ અહીંયા આ ઇનિશિયલ bylaws છે અને નીચે મેં સેન્ટેન્સ લખ્યું છે કે મેમ્બરશિપ ક્વોલિફિકેશન રાઇટ્સ એન્ડ રિસ્પોન્સિબિલિટીઝ શેલ બી આઉટલાઇન્ડ. તો ઈ સેક્શન હજી આખું લખવાનું છે.
અચ્છા, એ તમે
તો
લખ્યું?
એમાં ઈ લખાશે. અને રજનીભાઈ મને થોડી હેલ્પ જોશે ઈ લખવા માટે. આ મહિનો બહુ ટાઈટ છે અને પછી નેક્સ્ટ મંથ આઈ એમ ગોન ટુ ઇન્ડિયા ફોર અ હોલ મંથ.
Okay, so what do you want to do now? You want to-
This membership qualification rights and responsibilities, what Pragnesh Bhai just explained, we need to capture that.
Now, do we want to keep like some amount for the membership? Then do we want to have another amount for becoming a director?
So Pragnesh, why don't you say, do you have any sample that?
Yeah, I mean, I can send you something. I have 2 separate bylaws that like I can do. I mean, we don't have to have that kind of. That
Yeah, we
language
can
very
but
high.
use as a
Yeah.
reference.
તમે અગર લખીને એટલે whatever you have, if you can cut, copy, paste, or at least send me what you're looking to include,
Sure.
we
I mean, I will share you those 2 bylaws anyway, but I can write up and then send to you. And
હા,
then you can
ખાલી
do it.
મને ઈ સેક્શન મોકલજો ને તો પછી હું ફટાફટ અહીંયા અપડેટ કરી દઈશ.
Okay, that's fine. So that way, like, you know, we to become a member and then like we should have at least 2 tier in a membership. So that way, like somebody donated $251 cannot goes in next year and try to control the board or something, you
Eh,
know. Yeah.
And I completely agree with Pragnesh bhai. And there is also, when I put it the bylaws, the suggestion that AI gave is you need to have a minimum tenure, meaning, you can't come tomorrow and put $50,000 and now you have a vote on a board member. You become a board member and right away you have a vote so that you influence the board voting. Rather, you need to have a tenure with KKEF. So as an example, tomorrow somebody comes in with $50,000. Yes, they may, qualify to get a vote, but they do not qualify of a minimum tenure of, let's say, 6 months. They need to be part of the KKEF for 6 months so that we all, as a other board member, agrees that, they are joining this for the right cause, for right reason, not just joining because of the money, right? So money cannot basically, be the power here. So that was another suggestion that was given. Again, I don't know, do you guys agree, disagree with me on that
Yeah,
suggestion?
I mean, yeah, that's definitely like the one that I was talking, where they have 1 year, you become a member.
Yep.
For 2 consecutive years, then second year start getting voting.
Correct,
First year you don't
correct.
get voting.
Correct. I completely agree. So means it's not like you just, add the money and
I
then,
mean,
now you're,
as I said, we don't have to strict, but yeah, we need to put some language. And also like
yes,
second line, Alpana Ben put it here, members is only follow by following. That's perfectly. And then maybe you put one more line there saying, yeah, even though you are donating, board still decides, to accept you as a member or not, Or board, not accept, but board should review the new members. That way, and then nobody can donate 251 also become and then next election, they can be part of the something.
I got a question for Ankit. Now, in your guesstimation, how many people will become member if you have let's say 251 as the membership? It will be
250.
a lifetime to 251, right?
I mean, many will contribute that much, right? I mean,
I mean, I will say 60 to 80 people. Like if you look at it, all the
right.
people who join all the calls, I know the 30, 40s are common every time, but like sometime visitor, if number is small, 251, if it's larger, then it's a problem. Yeah. 251
correct. But so then
lifetime.
in that case, should we create kind of a racy, like in how in our work, right? We have a responsibility chart in terms of you are a member. These are the rights and responsibility as a member that you get. If you donate X, now you are beyond that member. We need to have a different tier. I think multiple tiers, and then at certain tier, you are basically a board member. Then you have tenure and your rights and responsibility.
મારું એક સજેશન છે આપણા તમે જે $251 નું કહો છો as a donation, instead of donation it should be like a membership fee.
Correct.
It should not be a donation, it should be a membership fee.
So અહીંયા એટલે
Oh,
what are we looking to write
ને
here?
પછી જેટલી જે ડોનેશન આપતા હોય એ પ્રમાણે જેમ કે 50,000 આપ્યું હોય 1 વર્ષ પછી એને બોર્ડ મેમ્બર કે કંઈ પણ બનાવી શકાય કે ઘણી વખત તો ઓનરરી મેમ્બર પણ થાય છે 50,000 ને 100,000 ને આપતા હોય છે એમને ઓનરરી મેમ્બર પણ બનાવે છે.
કિશોર અંકલ, મને ખાલી એમ જ થતું હતું કે એઝ એ મેમ્બરશિપ when we use the word membership fee, we are not offering anything in
Return.
against that $250 whatever they are giving, right? Or except the voting rights or something.
But Ankit, shouldn't
That's what
we be
but
offering later on, right? Not right now, we are not offering. But if we think this particular organization is not only helping these, Pathshala in India, but at certain point, we will be creating a website and maybe Muna is under us. Then we are providing that education, we are providing that medium. At certain point, we might be coming up with our newsletters, providing what is happening in India and these Pathshala. So at certain point, we need to also provide some kind of a services back to our, community, or back to our, members, right? Who are part of this organization. So I'm thinking this organization is not just, as a means of donating money to this, but, larger kind of a, goal. Again, I don't know.
It is more about bringing the awareness across the board, right? How many organizations running
Mhm.
all over India or the other places. And we provide that information through the website and all. So we will have the expense on that. But beyond that, I'm not sure what else we will be providing as a service, right?
It's what if we are providing, or bringing those, uh, pundits on, like how Mona, or through this KKEF later on, we may have sessions, right? And then other
Mhm.
people are able to use that, right?
Okay.
So, sorry, I have to jump in here a little bit.
Sure.
And this is completely an outsider's perspective. We already have a group, Mona, today established for so many years. And people in this group have done a lot for the community in India through charity, personal Vema. That has not stopped. In fact, it's growing.
Yeah.
We are putting this group foundation together so we can streamline that process, probably get more in terms of contributions from the companies, provide the members with tax benefits, and then, right, grow, have an established process so this continues even long after we are all passed. તો હવે આપણે આ ફાઉન્ડેશન બનાવ્યું તો હવે આપણે કહીએ છીએ મેમ્બર થવા માટે $250 કે મિનિમમ કે વોટ એવર ઇટ ઇઝ કન્ટ્રીબ્યુશન કે ઈએફ ને જવાનું. મને એ બેસતું નથી.
Yeah,
તમે
that's why I
મોના
was
જોઈન
thinking
કરો, તમે મોના
donation.
જોઈન કરો સપોઝ, કેમ કે તમે કુંકુંદાચાર્ય અને ગુરુદેવ શ્રીના પાથ પર ચાલો છો ને તમને એ વધારવું છે. અહીંયા સાધર્મી છે, તમને એમની સાથે વખત સ્પેન્ડ કરવો છે અને એની સાથે સાથે તમે જે સ્કૂલ્સમાં ભણાવે છે ત્યાં તમને કોન્ટ્રીબ્યુટ કરવું છે. તો હવે મોનાનું KKEF ગ્રુપ બન્યું, એમાં શું કામ કોન્ટ્રીબ્યુટ કરવાનું? It's a question.
Okay, Padavan, I agree with you 100% what you said. Only thing is we have made this group so that we are an organization, which can stand by itself and according to the law, we can get 501c.
Right.
So whatever it takes to get 501c, we should have that here.
Yeah, so we are
right now,
doing,
we have said 20 donating members. So they have not all donated 20. All 20 people are not donating so far.
so તમારા
it is all-
ઇનિશિયલ જે 20 છે, right?
Huh.
Okay.
Yeah, but we think that they are all donating individually. They have not gone through this one. So we assume that they are going to continue donating in the future also through KKEF.
I understand. So,
Yeah, we don't have any proof that they have sent this much money every year. But as long as it stands here with 501c, is a base that we have created. So if whatever we have can work, we can continue with what you are saying. We don't have to keep any 251 per year.
Not per year, some like no.
Per
all
year,
I'm trying to say is આપણે એક દરવાજો ક્રિએટ કરીએ છીએ.
Mm-hmm.
એ દરવાજોમાંથી એન્ટર થવા માટે હવે તમારે આ કરવું પડશે. પણ મને સમજ નથી પડતી કે મારે એ દરવાજા માટે ઘૂસવા માટે મારે શું, હું અત્યાર સુધી તો કાંઈ નહોતી કરતી, તો હવે મારે શું કામ કરવાનું?
પણ અત્યાર સુધી તમે કંઈ નહોતા કરતા અને you are using somebody in India to pass on your money. Now you don't have to do that. When you use this door to enter in KKEF, it is easy for you, who is living in United States, to just give a donation to KKEF and let KKEF decide, because they have the expertise where they need more money, and KKEF will take care of it. Previously, it was my headache. By being a member of KKEF, now I am basically feeling confident that KKEF is a right organization. By a member, I know I'm joining that organization, and that organization is giving my donation to the right places. And that is the reason I was basically saying we should have that membership fee. So then now individuals like that who is donating can also get the information where their donations are going. We can produce that material and other things so that transparency comes into the picture as well.
But
For
Chirag,
Manoj,
we are
personally,
going to give this information to everybody, whether they are member or not member.
yeah.
Right.
Our website.
એટલે અત્યાર સુધી હું તો કોઈ પણ સંસ્થાનો મેમ્બર નથી, કોઈ પણ 501c3 નો મેમ્બર નથી, પણ લગભગ 20-25 501c3 માં હું પૈસા મોકલાવું છું, પણ મેમ્બર ક્યાંય નથી હું.
I understand, but uncle, તો એ તમે જ્યાં આગળ મોકલાવો છો, again, you know, so I'll go back to, I think, Rajni uncle. Rajni uncle, you're saying we are not only going to give that information to member, but going to give that information to public. That's not how
આપણે વેબસાઇટ
501c
કરશું ને,
works.
વેબસાઇટ આપણે વેબસાઇટમાં we are going to
વેબસાઇટમાં
have
પોસ્ટ તો કરવું પડશે આપણે.
Correct.
each Vidyalaya will have a one page, and in that we'll have his bank details, the contact numbers, how many students they have, everything will be there for each individually, all Vidyalayas on our website.
So it's an open book. If anyone wants to do it, they can do it
Yeah.
anyway by themselves. I think, and even I feel like psychologically, if somebody says there is a fee to donate, people will
I mean,
not
like-
come forward and do it, right? I mean, they say that anyway I'm donating, then why I need to be a member or go through this? I think we should use the word donate or something like recurring donation or something. But I think whenever the word fee comes, I think people will kind of reluctant to move forward with that.
નહીં, આ જે છે ઇનિશિયલ ફી છે, એટલે કંઈ પણ એ તો આપણે આટલો બધો ખર્ચો તો થશે જ ને, એક્સપેન્સ તો બધો થયો છે ને.
No,
ને
no,
હજી પણ
પૈસા તો
થશે જ.
જોઈશે જ. હું
વેબસાઇટ
એની
બનાવીશું,
ના
આ
નથી પાડતો.
બનાવીશું, તો એક આપણા 20 મેમ્બર હોય કે 25 મેમ્બર હોય, એ હોનરરી મેમ્બર છે, એ લોકોએ શરૂઆત કરી, એમાં આ ફાળો આપ્યો છે, નોટ એઝ એ ડોનેશન બટ એઝ એ સ્ટાર્ટઅપ માટે કે કંઈ પણ.
So, like, if you want to, everybody wants to focus on them, then we should remove the donating members. Like we say, approximately 20-30 active Mona members or active members. And then the second line is already there. So then, like, how we gonna keep adding the more people and not adding that? Who decide how we decide to add more people in
And-
that list?
And I feel like along with that 28 Vidyalaya, KKEF should be one of the organization where people should come forward and donate, right? Because we also need donation to run all this. The whole program, the website, or whatever the expense, Zoom or whatever.
The main question is like, the two question is like, does membership require fees? Looks like everybody is not, like, we have some majority are saying that we should not use a fee. Now, is membership require minimum donation? That's a second question.
Right.
I mean, if you want, and Arpaban's like where she is coming, that's also a valid point. Like Mona is already there, there is no membership, everybody is active. Then if you want to use that, then just remove the donating members. Like let's decide some other way to be a part of the KKEF. I understand that our goal is to still get donation, but to become a member of KKEF, you don't have to have a donation or a fee.
Okay, yeah. And I agree with Pragnesh. Donating ની જગ્યાએ આપણે active members લખીએ, અને
Okay.
આપણા જે whatever expenses that we expect to happen for the next year, like website છે કે શું કહેવાય, any other IT expense થવાનું છે કાંઈ વધારે? It's going to be minimum. It's going to be very minimum.
એટલે વેબસાઇટ છે, આપણે ઝૂમ નો એક્સપેન્સ છે, અને I know Chirag bhai will maintain it, but then I feel like you need to have some kind of accounting software online.
Yeah,
There-
પૈસા
accounting.
કલેક્ટ કરવાનું સોફ્ટવેર, સ્ટ્રાઇપ કે whatever, yeah,
Yeah,
એ
and
બધાનું
then
ચાર્જ
once you
હશે.
open the bank account, the checkbook, and then
Correct.
એ બધાના expenses તમારા
તો
થશે.
why don't we have our જે આપણે અત્યારે active છે ને directors અને EC ના members, we will contribute individually, donation wise, we don't have to give a separate number. Everybody brings $200. We will just keep a flexible thing, I can send someone, you can send them something,
But
and we'll raise
agree,
the fund.
Rodney uncle. But I think what I'm thinking, along with all other Vidyalay, we should be also one of the donating part. I mean, we are also helping, but people should come forward and donate for us as well, right? Because it's not running like free of cost, right? There is an expense for us too. And we are not
અને
taking away money from the whatever the donor is giving it to us. We are passing to the
But
Vidyalay, right?
Ankit, are we talking about $1,000 per year, $2,000 per year? How much we're talking? It's not much.
ને
Yeah.
પણ એના માટે દરેક સંઘમાં હોય જ છે જાહેર થાય કે ભાઈ આ શિબિર થવાની છે ને આનો ખર્ચો છે જેમને પણ સ્પોન્સર કરવી હોય તો એ પાર્ટ લઈ શકે છે
બસ બરાબર છે,
એ તો
બરાબર છે.
દરેક એક્ટિવિટીમાં આવી રીતે આપણે કરવું જ પડે.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let it be open for everybody
I
to
mean,
chip in.
હા
That's all. But there's no fixed amount.
જેમને પણ સ્પોન્સરશિપ કરવી હોય તે કરી શકે છે.
Hmm.
Yeah, for the means the fund for our expenses for the next year, we'll chip in. Whatever you want to put it in, send it the check to Chirag.
એક્ટિવિટી પ્રોગ્રામ તો આવશે તમે ફંડ રેઝિંગ કરી શકો પણ જે મેન્ટેનન્સ ફી છે કે જે મેન્ટેનિંગ એ પીપલ ડોન્ટ અન્ડરસ્ટેન્ડ કે ભાઈ તમારે ઝૂમ ના જોઈએ વેબસાઇટ ની ફી જોઈએ બેંકના
Zoom,
એકાઉન્ટ
right now, Zoom is already paid for. I mean, Zoom is already, we are using Mona Zoom.
હા right આ તો કહું છું ને I am just telling like once you become their organization all those expenses will come and then those
Yeah,
will
but
be
still,
recurring.
we're talking about how much? $1,000, $2,000 a year?
$1,000 should be fine initially. I don't
Yeah,
think
the
more than
$1,000 so what karani? As Kishore Bhai said, we'll just chip in, we'll make
no, I mean, yeah, I mean, that's the idea. Yeah, we can start like collecting that money and have that for the expenses only. That's okay too. I'm not saying it, but
Yeah.
like the main question started here is like, if you want to use the word donating, then like I mean, if you go completely free, then go completely free. Like membership is Active Mona or some other way. We recruit the members, or we make a list of the member, or we add the member.
I'm
If you
okay
want
with
to add
active
the fees or
members.
donation.
I'm okay with the word active.
મેં એક્ટિવ
એક્ટિવ
કરી દીધું.
એક્ટિવ કરતા ફાઉન્ડિંગ મેમ્બર્સ લખે વધારે સારું નહીં?
હા તે ફાઉન્ડિંગ મેનુ લિસ્ટ લખાવવું પડે પછી નીચે.
Because irrespective members, active members, somebody needs to keep a tab about all of these members, right? Now, all of these members' communication, let's say Kale koi ABCD wants to be part of this, right? If it's free of cost, they can put their name. Where are they going to register? How are they going to be part of all of our Muna community or our KKEF communication? Now they need to be part of our distribution so that they can be part of our Zoom meetings and others, right? So it is some kind of a work that it's required in the back end where we need to keep a tap on all of these information. So when it is kind of a member, or again it's a token, whatever is a token, $1 is a token, that's fine. That will give us the information, who are these members. It's not anybody who is just for the sake of being here and as a watcher, they are just joining our organization and part of all of our meeting without turning on their cameras, and they're just sitting there, right?
અર્પણાબેન ને મેસેજ મૂક્યો છે રજનીભાઈ.
Yeah, I think she has to leave, but
I need to drop. તો અગર મને કોઈ મોકલશે કે શું ચેન્જીસ કરવા છે ઈમેલમાં હું ચેન્જીસ અપડેટ કરી દઈશ આ ડોક્યુમેન્ટમાં.
I think it's better to do a one other meeting, second
Yep.
meeting. We can communicate by that, but though when everybody's together, it will be easy.
I had few notes on the next, which is board of directors. What is our minimum tenure? Means if a board of director, because we talked about the vacancies may be filled by the remaining directors. So what is the minimum tenure? If we assign a director, is it 1 year, 2 year, 3-year term? And then, those kind of things we need to just have a little bit clarification.
Okay.
How much more to go? We are like 60% done, right?
No, not in bylaws.
10% હશે.
ના,
Thank you.
bylaws માં તો બાકી છે બધું. Bylaws માં ઘણું બાકી છે.
Okay, okay. So even a next meeting be, I mean, I don't know the way it's going, probably.
Yeah, I mean, the bylaws needs to be like, we need to
Yeah.
spend time as much as possible.
No, I agree.
Because this is
I
the
was saying-
document, there's gonna be a law later. And,
Right.
you know, I mean, right now, like, we all know each other and we all know and we are all aligned. But it has to be in the future too, like, it's just to be a
Agree,
little bit,
agree.
yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to rush.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I gave some of these to AI and AI gave me some information about, we wrote in article number 5 about officers, that officers are elected by coordinating committee, not by the board. But it says that under the Florida law, the board elects the supervisor officer. So we need to also make sure whatever is our, verbiage, it is reflecting the Florida law as well. Because
No, no,
we.
no, 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 I mean, unity, like, you know, the way it is like, as I know, I mean, I not read the AI, but like, the general body je છે, general body is a body of member who elects EC, and then from EC itself or BOD, then they elect officer. Right now here, EC and officers is a main common language. But EC ma, the 4 positions are officer, and those officers that go in the website and all needs to be appointed rather than elected. You elect the EC and then you elect the officers, appoint the officers afterward. I know, but like,
Okay.
we need to
Yeah.
talk. We need to go line by line.
Yeah, we need to
go line
talk
by
and
line.
we need to
We need
see.
to spend some time, you know, everybody have the comment and everybody has nice idea. And we need to agree on it, yeah.
So are we have any conclusion about donating or active or founding member?
Active.
Active?
Yeah, but FT કરે પછી ખાલી એક જ પ્રોબ્લેમ છે રજનીભાઈ. I mean, that's fine because અપનાબેનનો પોઈન્ટ સારો હતો કે ભાઈ મોના અત્યાર સુધી ચાલે છે. You know, બધા મેમ્બર છે, બધા તમે આજે એવું કે ના તમે 250 આપો અને તમે મેમ્બર બનો. I like took on that particular. પણ તમે એક વખત ચલો ઇનિશિયલ લિસ્ટ આપણે બનાવી દીધું કે 40 જણ કે 20 જણ કે 30 જણ એડ કરે. પણ then addition deletion એ જે કહેવાય ચિરાગભાઈએ કીધું, how you gonna do it? How you gonna maintain it? You know?
Yeah.
And I mean, yes, we have a tools to manage it, but then like how somebody become a member, you know, somebody comes and say, file up the form and say it becomes a member. Is there any kind of a review process or any kind of approval process?
પ્રજ્ઞેશભાઈ, આ વખતે આપણે ફંડ રેઝિંગ કર્યું ને
હા.
10 લક્ષણમાં. So let's say I'm putting number again. We have close to 15, between 15 and 20 members who donated. Okay. And a lot of other people who were there in our initial list did not donate. So can we make the donation, I mean, the people who donated this time as those 20 members?
No, એ તો પછી તમારે
They are donating members.
હું જો ટીયર ની વાત કરતો હતો ને, તો તમે 2 ટીયર બનાવો કે active members are member and then the tier 2 is a donating member. You have to differentiate between the donating member and active member. That's also fine. And then active member can vote the EC, active member can join the meeting. But to be part of BOD, you need to be donating member, something like that. So that way, yes, you are active member. As long as you're active, you are member of KKFC, you can join the calls or you can the stop and you can even part of the EC, but you cannot become the BOD because BOD you need to have a certain donation. I mean, you can do that too. Yeah.
Pragnesh, on Mona and on Mona's all the Swadhyay sessions, whoever are attending, they are active members automatically. And the people who donated are the donating members.
બે differentiation કરો, that's fine. And then
Active and active માં આપણે કે ફોર્મ ભરવાની જરૂર નથી. We know they always come
Yeah,
and
no, but
attend
like
our classes.
we need to have the technical way of signing up. જે કીધું ને કે ભાઈ ન્યૂઝલેટર મોકલવાનો, Zoom ની ઇન્ફોર્મેશન મોકલવાનું, WhatsApp ગ્રુપમાં એડિશન કરવાનું, all of the stuff. If we have that, whatever those groups are there, all those group members are active members, that's maybe fine too. But then we need to have a way to do it too. And then
Yeah, so
listing.
that's why I told Ankit that the people who donated this time and who are not in the list of our coordinating committee, will add them. And then the people who did not donate this time they will have to be an active member, not donating members.
પણ પછી પણ તમે ડોનેટિંગ મેમ્બર હવે નેક્સ્ટ યરે કોઈ પણ પૈસા આપે કેટલા પૈસા આપે તો ડોનેટિંગ મેમ્બર બને એવું તમારે રિસ્ટ્રિક્શન મૂકવું છે કે નહીં?
Any donation.
Even dollar is fine?
Yeah. Donating. Nobody's going to give dollar.
Okay, I mean that's
But
fine.
like, what is the purpose? Whatever the tag that we give donating member अथवा तो, so like,
But
what are we going
donating
to do
members-
with those?
Donating members have the privilege of selecting the directors and the EC.
But then, Radhi uncle, we should be a little bit selective, right? Because what they are able to contribute, it's not small. With a, small amount of donation, one-time
Yeah,
donation,
we shouldn't be giving them
the rights
superpowers.
to,
Yeah, we are giving them superpowers if they're not, if they're just donating $1, right?
because there can be a team of individual who come with some specific intention, become a member, and drive the decision in a way that they wants to drive, right? So I think we should make some selection approval criteria, not just by
selection કરવું હોય ને selection તો we can 31,000 rupees છે ને 31,000 rupees
One student.
close to what $500.
no.
I think no, $365.
45,000. How about the 45,000?
$1 a day. $1 a day, $365 a year is the amount supports one student for 1 year in a Vidyalaya.
Yeah.
That's what they're asking.
But
31,000.
only money should not be the criteria. I think there should be some approval, that person profile. However, suppose I'm just sorry, I don't want to name anyone, but like koi apane like we are not kind of even inviting individual in Mona, but they kind of drive their decision. Athwa to they wants to become a member, right? It's not something we know that they are not their thought process or philosophy is not aligned with Kunkun Kahan, then they should not be contributing on any decision when it comes to the election, right? So I think that should be, apart from the money, there should be some approval or selection process, we should have in place.
And
But
I
Ankit,
com-
how we are going to decide that? Are we going to take an affidavit from him that
No, not affidavit. Usually we know most of the individuals, right?
But somebody knows that, yeah, he's a Jain and following the.
Yeah, at least they should be following. Like એવું ના થાય કે કોઈ સ્વામિનારાયણ માંથી બી આઈને, because they are donating, we make them a member. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not gonna happen, but I'm just throwing a hypothetical scenario that, we should be.
And again, Radhi uncle, I agree. Means I know, means you have such a vision. I'm thinking us, right, going forward 20 years, 30 years from now, right? This is a great foundation. But after certain point, this organization needs to keep running, and it's good to set those principles right now, because at certain point, some of you will be there, even myself, I may not be there, right, to be part of this decision making, right? So it's good to set up some principles right from the get-go. Means yes, we can get started for now, but again, if we keep amending some of these things as and when we hit those things later in the future, that is also not good.
that's true. We all agree.
So maybe I think we need another meeting and we need to come up
And-
with, some of these things and kind of discuss. And we need to read the bylaws one more time.
Yeah, agree. And probably we don't need to reinvent the whole wheel, right? I mean, Pragnesh, you
Yeah.
have a lot of experience with other organizations and how it's crafted their bylaws and, other things. Probably we can use those as an example and see whatever the best we want to apply. Use those as a reference point and come up with from that.
Okay, now so we have some time limit also. Kishore Bhai and I are going to India middle of next month, middle of November. So we have approximately 1 month remaining approximately, maybe 5 weeks. And Aparna Ben is going to be in India next month. So, and if you want to put this thing in and put 1023 for a 501c, we'll have to rush. I can ask Aparna Ben when he's available next. When can we meet again with some fresh idea and idea that can, then we can keep going.
And Rajni uncle, means I spoke to that person in the bank, and bank person says we need to have a bylaws for opening an account.
Okay,
So we can't have an open an account without a bylaws.
right, okay, yeah. We need to bylaw is our main thing.
I think
પણ
Monday.
ચિરાગભાઈ 501c3 પણ હોવું જોઈએ ને બેંક એકાઉન્ટ માટે કે નહીં?
હા એટલે
ના.
આને પણ મને એવું કહેવામાં આવ્યું કે 5013C માટે પેલું જોઈશે બેંક અકાઉન્ટ જોઈશે તો આઈ એમ કાઇન્ડ ઓફ કન્ફ્યુઝ બેંક અકાઉન્ટ માટે
okay.
5013C
No, I mean,
જોઈએ છે.
No,
when
no.
when you go to open the bank account, as long as you have Florida Corporation,
Yeah, I have
officials,
EIN, that is enough.
yeah, all 4 officials, and they will go to the Sunbees and check those 4 officers, and they will open the account. They will not ask anything else.
તો
Yeah,
એ
so on-
ટેક્સ ડિડક્ટેબલ ન હોય બેંકમાં એવું એકાઉન્ટ?
Tax deductible નહીં થાય, પણ account તો open કરી શકાશે. We can start like getting some money and like have some account to do it. But
તો એ
donation-
પછીથી બેંક એકાઉન્ટ ટેક્સ ડિડક્ટેબલ થાય?
And
bank account માં એવું tax deductible એવું નહીં હોતું.
એવું નહીં હોય?
a
No.
bank account has nothing to do with
Because tax deductible.
a 501c3.
Mm.
હા હા.
So bank
But
account is by itself, just like any company has bank account. It was
અચ્છા.
It's corporation of bank અને તમારે આ એ પ્રકાર 503 થી થઈ જશે ને પછી then we can get a sales exemptions and તમારે building ને material તો then we have to apply in the city and the county to get all those stuff. But that's after 503C. Like if you want to get
Right. Usually for opening the bank account,
Mm.
most banks require just two things. The approval from the state, which we have from Florida,
yes, Sunbees.
and EIN from the IRS.
So Harak uncle, that officer mentioned that for those people on that account or in this organization needs to have kind of approval to me saying yes we approved or we are okay, you as a treasurer, to open this. So in our bylaws we mentioned that that can be done in the electronically, right? So that's why they said, I want to see that your bylaws allow you to have other approvals from your, members as electronically. And that's why maybe, I don't know, we may not need to show the full bylaw, but like just that section that,
Submit what we have right now,
okay,
and it should give you authority also to
Okay.
sign on the bank account or to open the bank account. And
Okay.
then we can modify, before submitting to the IRS, we can modify the bylaws.
Okay, then in that case, yeah, because I was talking to him and he's like, okay, means it just, I want to make sure that, other members are approving. So maybe I'll send out an email and you guys can just reply in the email saying you approved me opening up, an account.
But like Chirag bhai, like I know it's going to be very difficult. Like opening માં પણ તમે એક જ signature authority આપશો, તમે અહીંયા લખ્યું છે કે 2 જણની જોઈએ કે એવું એમ.
Yeah, એટલે that
How
is
you
like
gonna
a little
make
bit
that?
confusing as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Because in the gents
Yeah.
and the other one, that what we do it is, there are like BODs and EC, all of them can be part of the Sunbees on a corporation. But એમાંથી 3 જણ જાય, like minimum 3 people go and go to bank, and then every year we go and if we were change, then we go and change the papers, and they only look at the Sunbees. But no, we will be very like આપણી માટે તો બહુ hard થશે કારણ કે everybody is separate. How are we gonna make 2 people to go to bank either?
Can bank accept remote signature or?
No, unfortunately, like I need to my Bank of America and my account channel.
Uh-huh.
They don't even like allow you to take a form home. Sanjay, like whoever comes on that day to sign the papers, those will be signatory for whole year. You cannot, like, if you want to change it, like if you want to add or delete, they don't allow you add or delete, like add person come, no. All of them have to be there to start, to change the signatory. And that's a Bank of America. Like, and we have tried multiple times. Like, okay, bhaiya, 3 jan છે, I just want to add one more, can that guy and one more person come up and they do one more addition? But they don't do it. They say, hey, we come all 4 people, and whoever comes on that day, those are the 4 people will going forward.
Like I'm in Maryland, he's in New Jersey, uncle is in Florida. I don't know. It's like
I
there's
know, I
no
mean, there
two
is no
people, no
chance
two
that 2
people.
people will.
Yeah,
I mean,
no two people in the
unless
same
આપણે
state.
શિબિર કરીએ જાનની કે કોઈની શિબિરમાં 3 જણ ભેગા થાય ત્યારે થઈ શકે. It's going to be very difficult.
એ
But I'll
આપણા
check. I'll check
એ આપણા
with.
બ્રાન્ચ કોઈ એમની જ બ્રાન્ચમાં પણ જઈએ તો પણ ન ચાલે.
Nale, Bank of America, like, I mean, we always have.
I went to Bank of America and that's the information I got, but I'll check again with that person one more time. Because I didn't reach to that point about the signatory. I was still stuck on some of these things, and he said, once you have these documents, we can talk about it. So I'll talk to him about the signatory, because I also approached the Bank of America because of the easier access as well as Zelle and other means that we can use of Bank of America. But if
અને
Parmeshwari, yeah.
ચિરાગભાઈ બાયલોઝ વળી સીલ કરવા જોઈએ.
Again, I mean, he said, bring your bylaws. And like now I'm hearing that I don't need to give the bylaws because just the EIN and Florida thing should work. But he did mention, I want an approval from all the members. And I said, yeah, means, in our bylaws, we said electronic approvals is fine. Then he said, okay, then show me the bylaws that basically says that.
No,
Right?
no.
So
એટલે
now-
તમારે જો કરવું હશે ને તો best way to do it is make a letter of 5 people who are on the Sunbees.
Yep.
And if all 5 signature નું એ letter હશે, then you should be
તો
able to.
પછી હું એક આઈડિયા કરું, એવો એક લેટર બનાવીને બધાને હું FedEx થી મેલ કરી દઉં, એક જણને મોકલું, પછી એને આગળ ફોરવર્ડ કરો, એને આગળ ફોરવર્ડ કરો. તો
અથવા like there are a lot of the like DocuSign and all,
હા,
like
તો DocuSign થી બી થઈ જતું હોય તો સૌથી સારું છે. તો
Yeah.
I can send it to you guys and then you sign it, and that way I can print it out and then take it that.
yeah, DocuSign થી કરી શકાય એમ.
Okay. My batteries are going to die in 5 minutes. I'm on my cell phone, but I think, yeah, we need to have another meeting.
Okay. Yeah, quickly, Pragnesh bhai, can you quickly summarize your points are so we can think
Okay,
about
like,
them?
so,
and we make-
I mean, after listening to everybody, what I am thinking is, okay, I'm gonna take a screen. Can you give me the permission to share it?
Yeah, sure. Sure. You want to share it now?
Yeah, I'm gonna share it.
So then I need to make you a.
Yeah, like just make a multiple participant allow. Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
Oh, what happened?
Allow. You're okay?
Yeah, okay. Okay. Do you see this my screen? So what I heard so far and Arpra Ben's idea. So like I will go like this here. Okay. General membership. I'm just gonna make a 2-tier. General membership. General membership is open only to following Mitra philosophy established as Acharya and propagate. And the initial general membership consists of exclusively. So I'm making a 2-tier, like X member, X active Mona members.
ACT.
Yeah, and then here we can say attachment. Some attachment that we put a name. So initially starting with it. And now then the second tier is, if you want to say let's use the right word instead of donating, let's just use some other membership, I'm right now I'm going to use a donating membership. Okay. And this is like cumulative X dollar donation. Okay, I'm talking about cumulative. That means it's like આજે આપ્યા તમે 10 100 આપ્યા 2 વર્ષે 100 આપ્યા બીજા 3 વર્ષે આપ્યા like ultimately after 3 years you may become the donating membership and આ તમે આ donating membership નું બરોબર છે and then you can put the here minimum amount donated and only transfer to serving like surviving spouse. That's my idea of doing two stuff and then here BOD માટે I'm saying here instead of this you say donating members. Okay, and then the executive committee and directors will be elected by donating members. That's and then I wanted to do the, as Chirag also mentioned it, yeah, we have to have a tenure, 3 years is fine, but then maybe re-elected one more time and then they have to take a one more pause. Otherwise the rotation will becomes very tough. And this is all fine. And then here for the executive committee, like here officer perspective, I will say among elected by among its general members. So that will general member also feel that okay, bhai, they have something to do. Like કે ભાઈ મારા પાસે રાઈટ છે કે હું પ્રેસિડેન્ટને સિલેક્ટ કરી શકું, વાઇસ પ્રેસિડેન્ટને સિલેક્ટ કરી શકું. પણ જ્યારે તમે જનરલ બોડી બોલાવો ત્યારે જે પ્રેઝન્ટ હોય મેમ્બરમાં, that's the two differentiation I see. Like we can expand on it then, but I want to make a 2-tier. One tier is general membership, so everybody, nobody feels out that they are left, કે ભાઈ અત્યારે હું એક્ટિવ છું અત્યાર સુધી તમે you are general member, you can become a part of the KKF without anything and you have a rights to vote executive committee or officers every year.
Okay, now Pragnesh, we don't have any active Mona members on paper. They are just
But we
coming-
make it now. We make the list initially right now.
I mean, we don't have any register of active members. They are just coming to our programs, that's all.
Yeah, coming to our program or we know it, we know each other. So we like even also like general membership is like that too, na? Like anybody can apply for general membership tomorrow. Like કોઈ નવી મુખ્ય family અહીં આવી અને હું એને જાણું છું કે ભાઈ okay, I want to become a member of KKF. Then હું like next meeting માં EC ને કહું કે ભાઈ આ માણસ આવ્યો છે and he want to become a member. And then somebody keeps updating that list. Say, hey, this is a member now, because we know he's a Mumukshu, he's following the Kanji Swami or Kun Kahan, and he's a Swadhyay.
See, all verbal, all verbal.
So
Everything verbal.
Huh?
Everything
Not
is-
verbal, we write out. Like, every meeting that we do, the minutes of meeting, like our Jain Center mein એવું છે. Even though you pay the fee, you are not becoming a member. You pay the fee, that's fine. And when the EC meets, EC should have one referral or two referrals and yeah, yes, I know this guy, he's a Jain and he's following a Jain and I am recommending him, so he becomes a member afterward. So the same way, like we get all the applications, yeah, I want to become a member, whatever the list that we keep in Excel or wherever. And then every EC meeting, 3 months or every quarter when we do meeting, we discuss about say, આ 5 જણા આયા છે and this guy came from this guy from this guy. So આપણે official list માં add કરવા છે and then we keep adding the official list. And that's like that way we make sure કે ભાઈ આ જે line છે જે લખી છે that is followed. એટલે આ તો ખાલી એક આઈડિયા, એટલે મિક્સ ઓફ ધ બોથ આઈડિયા એમ ડોનેટિંગ અને તમારે જનરલી એક્ટિવ મેમ્બરનો બેનનો મિક્સ આઈડિયા કરવો હોય એન્ડ it hit me like જ્યારે અર્પણાબેને કીધું ને કે ભાઈ અત્યાર સુધી એક્ટિવ હતું અત્યાર સુધી બધા મેમ્બર છે and they will feel like મેં ડોનેશન નથી કર્યું તો હું મેમ્બર નહીં, that should not be feeling, and this will save us that way, that okay, anybody who following the current Swadhyay is a member and he can do part of a EC member. But તમારે બોર્ડ માટે રિસ્ટ્રિક્શન મૂકી દઈએ કે ભાઈ બોર્ડ માટે તમારે 365 500 whatever you want to say, like one student તમે સપોર્ટ કર્યો હોય ઇન્ડિયામાં, then you become the donating member. And a donating member no rights, you can be part of the board and જ્યારે બોર્ડ ચૂઝ કરવાનો વોટિંગ ત્યારે તમે ચૂઝ કરી શકો.
So let's down, you write down 365.
Yeah, 365, whichever number is irrelevant. 365.
Okay, no, keep this thing moving now. So, no, we need to send it
Yeah,
to
so
Aparna.
so 365.
Yeah,
that's fine.
365
Yeah.
per year. Or
No.
So
no,
total,
not-
total.
Just cumulative donation and this
Okay.
is lifetime. Yeah. Because like what happens is like once you put this not transparent or everything, આપણી પાસે કેવું કે આજે તમે 15 વર્ષથી કરીએ છે મોના કે જે કરીએ છે બરોબર. End of the
18.
day, we only have 30-40 people active. People go, people come, but એવું તો નહીં થાય કે ડબલ થઈ ગયા છે કે ટ્રિપલ થઈ ગયા છે માણસ.
Right.
અને વોટિંગમાં પણ એવું રાખીશું કે જ્યારે પણ જનરલ બોડી થાય ત્યારે એવું નહીં કે ભાઈ આપણે we need to have a proxy form or something. Otherwise, like you present, then you voting. If you don't present, you're not voting. So then, like to become that time voting, like we need to have something like that too, like in a voting right. That way, not like even though we have 1,000 people, everybody comes and like say everybody have a say. Meeting થાય ત્યારે હોય ત્યારે એવો એમ. So if you do these two tier, I think we should be okay. That should cover both problems.
Okay. All right. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Yes,
So
Vijay.
એ જ વસ્તુ હતું મારી અને મારે બીજું તો કશું નતું. Like there was a tenor, like મેં જોયું છે કે board of director હોય, so it's very hard to change it. So like we need to have like 1 3-year term, one more time election, but after 6 years they should get 1 year pause and they cannot become election again.
The director should be elected one.
So that's what I was trying to say, like in here, કે ભાઈ આ વસ્તુ આવવું જોઈએ એમ કે ભાઈ નહીં તો કેવું કે it will be like rigid. It's not changing the stuff. And it's fine. After 6 years, you take a pause and you come back again if you want to come back again. And EC માં કોઈ restriction ના હોવી જોઈએ કારણ કે then you will have a problem servicing the people. Like the officer and the EC, that should be fine. Like we don't have to have any restriction, but it's fine. Every 2 years is fine. The 2-year term is fine. Every 2 years they have to get re-elected. And બીજું અહીંયા એક વસ્તુ લખવું જોઈએ કે ભાઈ every year election થાય and then every year among the EC and BOD they decide the 4 officer position. They appoint the 4 officers.
Oh, directors will appoint the EC.
EC and BOD ની combined meeting કરીને and then they from the EC like આપણે કેવું કે આપણે અહીંયા EC માં એવું નથી લખ્યું પણ EC માં we should have like a 9 members or 7 members or something and then 4 out of those 7 members are the officers. કે આપણે તમે like આમાં શું કહેવાય સનબીજમાં હરકભાઈએ કર્યું છે ને કે ex member at a large તો આપણે શું કહેવાય શાંતિભાઈનું નામ member at a large છે. So he's a part of the EC or member at a large, you know.
So yes, and directors and EC will be in a team together.
Like appointment માટે ફર્સ્ટ appointment માટે તમારે કર્યું હોય તો આમાં જૈન સેન્ટરમાં એવું નથી. જૈન સેન્ટરમાં કેવું છે both body are separate. BOD સિલેક્ટ થાય એનું ઇલેક્શન થાય એનો ટિયર પ્રમાણે ઇલેક્શન છે. EC નું ઇલેક્શન થાય અને EC ના જે 9 જણ છે એ ભેગા થઈને અંદર પછી ઇલેક્શન કરે કે ભાઈ કોણ પ્રેસિડેન્ટ થશે, કોણ વાઇસ પ્રેસિડેન્ટ થશે અને કોણ ટ્રેઝરર થશે અને કોણ સેક્રેટરી થશે. એન્ડ સેમ વે ને BOD જે 9 BOD મેમ્બર છે એ ભેગા થઈને એ લોકો અંદર ઇલેક્ટ કરે જ્યારે ઇલેક્શન થાય દર વર્ષે ત્યારે એમ.
And both are the same day on same election.
એટલે બોર્ડમાં આપણે જરૂર નથી, આપણા બોર્ડમાં ઓફિસરની જરૂર નથી. બોર્ડ ઇઝ ફાઇન. લાઈક વન્સ બોર્ડ ઇઝ સિલેક્ટેડ, બોર્ડ સ્ટે એઝ અ બોર્ડ, યુ નો. અને બોર્ડમાં ચેરમેનની પોઝિશન આપી હોય તો because we need somebody to run the board meetings as an authority and somebody as a secretary. તમારે બોર્ડમાં પણ તમારે પોઝિશન આપવી પડે એકાદ બે. નહીં તો કેવું કે 4 બોર્ડ મેમ્બર છે, then who is going to be taking the lead?
Okay.
So બે વસ્તુ છે. બાકી like then I don't see any like much. Everything else is fine. Other thing that I say here is this is fine, like and one other officer. But then I need to put the like બધાના છે ને like all checks above 2000 going to FCRA in India or something like that. That requires 2 approval from the BOD members or something like that. Something like that.
So-
Through EC and
so-
through BOD. Yeah.
I think traditionally we will not send check, right? It will be electronic transfer. So
I
should
mean,
we?
yeah, but like, yeah, checks or transfer, yeah,
Yeah.
any.
But then
except-
how do we collect that approval? That mechanism also needs to
And
define,
it's
right?
fine. Here it says that, digital signature. We need to figure out some kind of a DocuSign or email document. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. I think we will need DocuSign because we all are all over
Yeah,
places.
and as long as we keep that signature, that's fine. But
Yeah.
હું ખાલી એટલું કહું છું કે ભાઈ EC ના ઓફિસર 2 જણ જોઈએ 500 ઉપર પણ અમુક amount જે ઇન્ડિયા જતી હોય લાઈક જે મોટી amount હોય
Mm-hmm.
that we should have a director's approval too, like 2
Okay.
directors approval, like, or it should be approved by a meeting in the director, or like by the BOD committee. It's approved by BOD committee, and if you have approval from BOD committee, then we can distribute the check to the FCRA in India, or એ ખાલી આપણે એ લેંગ્વેજ અહીં આવી જોઈએ. So that way BOD becomes important too, BOD માંથી જ આવવું જોઈએ કે ભાઈ આ એપ્રુવ છે FCRA, આ પર્ટિક્યુલર શું કહેવાય સ્કૂલ, અને આ સ્કૂલમાં આપણે 2 લાખ રૂપિયા કે 3 લાખ રૂપિયા જે તમે BOD ડિસાઇડ કરે, then it's you can do it, And બાકી બધું તો બહુ સરસ લખ્યું છે એમને, like it's a little more generic, not too much control, but it's still good, like ખાલી આ મેમ્બરશીપમાં તમારે થોડું મેમ્બરશીપ અને કોણ ઇલેક્ટ કરી શકે ને એ જ આપણે થોડું પ્રોબ્લેમ છે અહીંયા, like
Okay.
we need to have at least 2 or 3 tier કે ભાઈ general membership, and we should not like get lost in general membership too. General membership open જ રાખવાની, as long as you are following up, like આ language છે ને this line, that's the best line,
I think બે બસ છે મહારાજ.
Yeah.
two layers.
Yeah, no, 2 is fine. Like we don't want to go too much high.
Yeah, because
we are not dealing with too much money too. Like we will dealing with maximum 50,000 a year, અને આપણે ડિસ્ટર્બ કરી નાખીશું, એટલે એ આપ ડોનેટ કરી નાખીશું, વાંધો નહીં આવે.
ઓકે, હવે જો મારી ક્વિક કોમેન્ટ્સમાં જે પ્રેસિડેન્ટ છે ને આપણે એમાં કંઈ ખાસ લખ્યું નથી એના જોબ ડિસ્ક્રિપ્શનમાં. So president should have the full vision and the public relation. President. પછી vice president માં લખ્યું છે મેં relation with the વિદ્યાલય. Secretary માં લખ્યું છે announcements, email, website development and management. And treasurers માં fundraising and distribution of funds.
Yeah, and bookkeeping.
All-
The
all
main
of that.
job is bookkeeping, Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, accurate records of all donations and
Yeah.
incoming and outgoing,
Yeah, and then wherever you're in committee, is executive committee, EC.
Yeah, like EC માં કેવું કે પછી then like we need one more position.
Hmm.
So secretary normally doesn't do a newsletter, but then we should have one PR guy separate and one technology guy. I mean, 4 of our officer can do it too, but if we should have one technology position who manages the websites and all of the stuff,
So you want to add now in EC?
No, એવું જરૂર નથી. EC માં કે એવું આપણે એવું like we don't have to limit the number of people, but the BOD can decide like if you have a lot of people in there and people wants to join the EC, then next time you can make a 7 EC member, and then out of 7, 4 are officers.
Yeah, I mean, so director should have the right to increase the member of EC.
એટલે એ policy છે, like how many EC members you say. Directors are all decide the policy going forward,
Okay, so okay. Then the director, so directors na કામમાં લખી રાખે ને કે they can decide the number of members.
એટલે
in the EC.
એ તો લખ્યું છે આમાં
અચ્છા.
કોઈ જગ્યાએ લખ્યું છે એ વસ્તુ એમ.
3 meetings લખ્યું છે એમાં.
પ્રદીપ અંકલ મારે ડ્રોપ
Yes.
સોરી બધાને ડ્રોપ થવું પડશે મારે.
Yeah, okay, well, no. Ankit, where are you available this week again? Another meeting, same time.
Thursday નહીં મેળ પડે, Friday નહીં. I mean, Tuesday, Wednesday I can manage.
Tuesday, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll ask Arpanaben. તમારે બધાને?
હા રજીભાઈ,
Fine,
like 2 કે 3 મીટિંગ તમે વીકલી કરો ને તો it will move faster. અને બધાને કેવું કે ફ્રેશ આઈડિયા ને રહેશે એમ
do
કનેક્ટિંગ.
you want to do on Wednesday?
I mean, I'm okay. I can do it.
અત્યારે મોકલાવી દો બધાને.
Yeah, I mean, I will write up more little bit, કાલે
Yeah.
થોડું વ્યવસ્થિત. એટલે મારે તો ખાલી આજ આપણે I just want to make sure કે ભાઈ આ જે વસ્તુ છે ને membership વાળી,
Mhm.
that have a little good language, you know. પછી એમ.
Okay, yeah, so send it. So tomorrow you have got time and I will meet on Wednesday,
Yeah.
but subject to checking with Arpana Ben.
Yeah.
બરાબર?
અને રત્ની અંકલ મને છે ને તમારું આનું રેકોર્ડિંગ જોઈશે, સો આઈ કેન રાઇટ અપ ધ મીટિંગ.
Yeah, મારે મહેશને કહવું પડશે, ભાઈને એ બધું કરે છે.
ઓકે.
તો આ બંધ કરી દે. મને you want to give me back the hot slip so I can
Sure.
close the recording.
ઓકે ઠીક છે. ચાલ, જય જીનેન્દ્ર.
Uh,
જય
Oh,
જી.
I did it.
હું કાલે રાઇટ અપ કરીશ અને પછી then I will send it. Right?